listen to the beginning. Terribly sorry again about, do you have access to your module on ARC yet? Let me just see if you guys are good. Okay, well, you are better than I. I don't know why I haven't got access, but anyway, they're busy working on it apparently. I wouldn't hold my breath anyway. So I can't do anything, and I can't upload anything. I can't communicate anything. Your link for tonight's meeting was sent out by one of the staff members at the online campus, which I asked her to do. And yeah, so the recording, I will ask her to send because we have a YouTube channel on which I post all the BMAD 5112 and 5121 recordings, just with different codes. I will send it through, then she can send through the link to the people who want to watch it and listen to the recording. Okay, I need to put my camera on, sorry. It's one of those prerequisites. Okay, there we go. You don't need to put yours on, but apparently the lecturers have to do it because it's protocol. Some people mind, some people don't mind. Alrighty. Let me take you through the agenda that I've got. There's my name, Gary Paul. Okay, there's my email address. Ooh, sorry, I have to change that. Let me just type. Don't know where that came from either. Everything is so confusing at the moment. Okay, there's the right one there. It's gpaul@emeris.ac.za. So please, whoever's listening to this, it's gpaul@emeris.ac.za, not the one as indicated on the opening slide. All right, let's carry on then. This, okay. We need to identify the essentials of what's going to happen in this module. And one of those is, I have expectations, you have expectations. Emeris is not the most economical place to study, so I expect your expectations to be high. Okay, but let's see what I expect from a student. All right. First of all, you need to understand why you're here. Okay. Yes, you're here to further your qualifications, but the main thing that you're here is you're here to study. Okay, and study is something that's going to take more time, of which working students don't have time. And yeah, you'll find as you're going along that it becomes severely anxious as far as time is concerned. Okay. And you honestly, the only reason why a student fails the BMAD module is because they don't manage their time properly. Once I'm on ARC, I will upload a schedule for you, which you can use. It's got all your dates. It'll have your ICE tasks, submission dates, it'll have your assessment dates, etc., etc. But I'll also, in the module information, if you look on ARC, okay, let me just go and share my screen with you quickly. It's not your module, but it's from last semester. If you, let me see now. Yeah, this is what my module, what my ARC looks like. And you can see there's no 5121 second semester yet. This is 5121 from the first semester. Okay, you'll see there term 1, group 2. I'm just going to click, and this is full time, sorry. Hey, it's been a rough day. Back. Where's ARC now? Where's 5121? Part time, term 1, group 1. Okay, this was the group. This was the ARC profile for the group from last semester that are now in 5112. So if you'll see there, there's module information. I'm going to be posting everything on there. Okay. And you'll see there, I will put in a thing called referencing resources, which will have your referencing guide and a presentation for you to know how referencing works. But we will do a little workshop closer to the time of submission. Okay, I then include your study schedule, which I said I'm going to create for you, and your what they call your program assessment schedule, which is PAS. Okay, and your timetables. Now, your PAS and your timetables are actually your responsibility because they, especially the PAS, their versions change quite frequently. So you need to keep up. I do try and keep up with it, but it's not my responsibility. I'm just doing you a favor by posting it on. Okay. I've said referencing, then ICE tasks. I'll speak more about ICE tasks, but there we're going to do 4 ICE tasks. There you can see that's how it works. And each ICE task is to be submitted as an assignment would be submitted. So I create a link which has, for want of a better term, they haven't used ICE tasks, they've used assignment, and you will assign it there according to the date, the due date. But however, apparently it's going to change a little bit for your group because you have a thing called the Online Assessment Platform, OAP. You'll see that on your PAS when you get your dates and things. It's run on a platform called Dugga, D-U-G-G-A, and it means you can do your assessment at home. Okay, a lot of the students do choose that route, but it's not compulsory, it's optional. And we're going to do your first ISTOS going to be on that platform, but I will be keeping you informed about that. And then I'll speak to you about the other ICE tasks as we go along. So that's your ICE tasks. All right. Then you'll see I normally post the module outline for you as well. Okay. And then the module pacer and assessment information. It's all what I'm doing is this semester I'm actually going to put some sort of a symbol or something on the stuff that I upload, and I'll explain to you when we have our next one. Okay, this is all uploaded by the campus, all right? And what was that? I was looking for, okay, we won't get too involved at the moment with this. Yeah. Okay, so that's what your ARC page is going to look like once I get access to your module online. All right. And what I normally do is like after tonight, after each collab, I will set up an announcement saying this is what we did, and please you can find the recording there and then and wherever, and or recordings because we do chunk the work that it's not all in just in one sort of a go that people get a little bit ADD, I think. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stop sharing now. And it'll go back to our slide. Okay, there we are. Right, so that's just to give you a bit of a look and feel on how the ARC works on my side. Obviously, we're going to be involved a lot in it, more than in a way in the future. All right. What is it doing now? Okay. All right, so this is what we're doing now. We're understanding what I expect from you, okay, to understand the bigger academic picture. Remember, I said to you this, I mean, you're doing other modules, I would assume. And so there's a whole lot of extra pressure coming onto your time. And I mean, if you're married and you're working and you've got a social life, you've got to sacrifice and build this in some way. Unfortunately, I studied part-time as well. And for about 3 years, I didn't have many friends. So yeah, there has to be a sacrifice somewhere. I know a lot of students sacrifice the study rather than the other things because they do seem more important. But that's your choice, okay? Okay, then I spoke about managing your time efficiently. It's important that you manage your time efficiently. It's work to a schedule. Okay, schedules are not cast in concrete, but don't just have one with good intention. You need to manage your time efficiently. I'm going to be saying this over and over and over because I lose students really because they can't manage their time. All right. If start working on your assessments because the online students do 2 assignments and a written unseen exam. Okay, so a take-home assessment, anybody who fails a take-home assessment either starts it too late or doesn't hand it in. Okay, so there's no excuse, guys. There's no excuse. All right. You must make use of the resources that the IIE has provided for you on ARC, the library, the VC Assist, and the Student Hub. Okay, so everything that's there. You'll see on your ARC profile that there's a lot of activities that come under each of your learning units. They're not compulsory either. You can do them. You're not going to get feedback. We've got more than enough information to process during the semester. So you're going to get hammered with information. So if you want to do them and practice them, it's fine. Okay. You may even throw them into into AI and then see what sort of answers you get from AI once you answer them. Just if you want a guide, look at. Okay. All right. Then if you have a problem, there's many problems I can't solve because it's a bureaucracy. Lecturers only have so much power and influence. So if you miss a date, I can't change it for you. It's cast in stone. You have to go through a process on Student Hub to apply for a reprieve. Okay. If you miss an exam or anything that has to do with the logistics of your studies, I can't help you in there. Okay. I can help you with things like in ICE because those dates are my dates. I can, if you're a day late, too late, that's fine. We can come to some sort of agreement. Yeah. Test marks, dates that are set by the varsity. I can't. What's the name? Okay. Okay. I just need to do something quickly. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. I just had to quickly move something before something got broken. Yeah, so please, when you've got a problem, I will help you as far as I can. Sometimes it's a little bit unfair that you need to do something, and if I understand your concept, I will back you 100%. Okay. Okay, what can you expect from me? All right. So, in other words, what can I expect from you was all that. You can read about that on the slide will appear in the recording. Okay. What you can expect from me. Okay. Over and above expected, I will always be attending and I will be punctual. I'll be prepared. I will participate with you. I'll be honest with you. I'll be open with you as far as communication is concerned, and I will support you any way I can. Please understand, I'm not here to fail you. I'm here to pass you, but I can only do my part if you do your part. So you need to understand this whole time issue that is there for managing it. Okay. So the only requirements is that you have been present and working consistently. Okay. There I will go out on a limb for you. I mean, as I say, I don't have the authority and power to change things, but I can escalate things when problems occur. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, so, and I can't help you at the end of the semester. Okay. That's why I said to you, please, when you get into trouble, please let me know, and then I will try and point you in the right direction if I can't help you personally. Okay. And that's very important because I know that even the full-time students do that as well. Okay. They tend to sit on a problem, and when we want it solved, it's too late to do it. Okay. So if you have a problem, any of you, please let's sort it out early. Okay, I set up a communication system that will give feedback as soon as possible, as I understand the anxiety of waiting for a life-changing answer. I know that whole cyberspace thing when you're studying. We didn't even have online stuff, access to lectures. We had to go in physically into UNISA and go and actually make an appointment and then speak. You couldn't email the lecture. There was no emails. If you phoned, you never got through. So you had to literally ride to the institution and then go and make an appointment. Okay. So what I normally do is you'll see that when people start talking about turnaround time, they talk about 48 hours. So that's basically the time that if you log a ticket on VC, on Emirates Assist, that's normally, they say in 48 hours, you'll get an answer. It's a bit call center-ish, and it's sometimes very irritating because you need an answer in that moment. Okay. Pertaining to the course and stuff that you need to know, if there's something you don't understand in the lectures or the notes or something like that, or on my slides, or you ask me something, I normally respond within an hour or two. Okay. Depending on, obviously, it could be if I'm sleeping or you do it during the night if you're studying late or something and I'm asleep. But you will get an answer as quickly as possible. Okay. And my students will tell you that's one of the things that when they do my evaluation, they say that there's quick turnaround time. And I do that because of the anxiety that is caused by online studies. And that sort of, you just feel helpless because nobody's actually, getting back to you on the thing. All right. We will do meaningful assignment and exam preparation. As far as obviously, we see the papers, the assignment papers, and things like that. And they're released pretty early. I think they might even be released by now. But we don't see the exam paper, not the lecturers, nobody. But obviously, because I've been doing it for so long. I get a feeling for what and the construction and things like that. So we do we do an assignment prep for each assignment, and we will do an exam prep. A really in-depth detail thing where students can come and ask their questions as well. And hopefully you'll go away with knowing a little bit more about what to expect. Okay. And then obviously you have to make the choice whether you're writing online or whether you're going to campus. Okay. I also need, I will be flexible within the IIE framework and policies, and I think I've spoken quite a lot about that. Okay. Let me just, we have to chunk this thing, so I'm just going to switch this thing off and then start it again. Sorry, you'll get used to this.